So let's make sure our spine is nice and opened up. So we're gonna roll forward and back on that wheel. And before you get deep into the shoulders, make sure that you just spend a little time just gently rolling. And maybe take a few moments reaching the arms as far forward towards the front of the mat, lifting the hips, and just kind of going back and forth, dropping the booty, and then lifting the hips. And then when you're ready, I'm gonna start working on the shoulders. So I'm gonna do a few with straight legs, rolling back. Starting to reach the arms. Oops, I'm a little stuck. And then just little by little starting to reach the arms around the wheel. If it doesn't feel nice right away, take some time. And so now I'm trying to reach my elbows towards the ground. Start to straighten the legs. What are you doing? You walk those feet in and gently roll down. Take a moment sitting up. And then we're gonna roll up and take your time with this. We're gonna take the feet in and kind of work towards Kapotasana, but go easy. Can be very, very gentle. So my feet are on the ground. I'm gonna start to lift the hips slowly. Remember, we're not going into full Kapotasana. We're just stretching the front of the thighs, the hips, and the hip flexors. Maybe grabbing the elbows. Just taking your time, make sure the knees are a little bit separated. It's going to be a lot to grab the wheel in this position, so I like to take as many breaths as I can first, grabbing the elbows. And then when it starts to feel a little bit more open back there, we'll start working towards grabbing the wheel. Eventually working the elbows down. Again, they don't have to touch. Couple more breaths here. Maybe releasing the arms. Start to shift up. I'm going to release my feet. I'm going to come all the way down to my butt. I'm going to set the wheel aside or scoot it back. I'm getting a little counter stretch, forward fold. I'm gonna reach all the way forward, reach for those toes, open the chest a little bit, ground down, fold in. And then slowly sit up. Let's take the wheel again. Let's do one more straight leg. So not wrapping the legs, just scoop the hips up and let the shoulders roll back. Maybe the crown of the head comes to the floor. Maybe just grabbing the elbows. And then shift back down, butt to the floor. Now let's separate the feet, take the wheel with you. Let's roll out the inner hips just a little bit. So I'm gonna take the wheel and just kind of gently roll forward and back. Rolling the chest forward and back. Rolling the chest forward and back. One more. Rolling forward and letting the wheel go a little further away. And maybe let the nose touch the floor with the shoulders above. And then gently look up. And let's shift all the way back. Let's take the wheel, set it aside for now, and shift all the way down onto the spine. Slowly squeeze the knees in. Let's release the legs, grab the ankles, let's scoop the hips up. A little bit different. Same concept though. Finding length in the spine. And then reach the arms. Heels up. And scoop down. Again, scoop it all the way up. Rolling the spine down. One more. Scoop it up. And down. Let's take the knees into the chest. Squeeze. Let's do a little twist. Knees to the left. Knees to the right. Back to the center. Let's do a little happy baby stretch. Feeling the sacrum lengthen. Maybe straighten the legs. Back to the happy baby. Release the hips again. And this time we're gonna bring the hands underneath, lace up the fingers. So snuggling those shoulders. Breathe. 3 breaths. And then release the arms overhead. Hips up, and then scoop and roll down. Squeeze the knees back in. Nose to the knee. And rest. Whew. Now, we're gonna lift the hips. Stay there for a moment. We're gonna come up to the crown of the head. So I'm gonna push into the head, pause, just rest on the head. You can even rest on the elbows for a moment. Now, see if you're gonna wrap the hands around the head. And just stay here for about 5 breaths. Feeling as much length as you can. Feel the psoas stretch, the shoulders. Maybe walk the feet in a minute. A step, a minute. And then push, maybe even send the chest out a little bit. Try to lift the head off the ground. Couple more breaths. Release the head, come all the way down. Maybe gently pull the neck forward. When I say pull, I mean really gentle. And then squeeze the knees back. And let's take another little happy baby stretch. Gently rocking side to side. Maybe straighten the legs. Back to happy baby. Let's release the hips, grab those ankles, and go ahead and scoop up again. Squeeze, hold the ankles. Take the arms overhead, keep squeezing. Hands back, drop the butt for a moment. Come onto the crown of the head, wrap the hands around, lace up the fingers. Elbows on the ground. 5 breaths. This time, see if you can walk the feet out a little bit. Your hip flexors should be talking to you a little bit. Some of you can actually straighten all the way. Now, if you can send the chin to the chest, wonderful. Start to send the chin up. And then come down and rest all the way down. Woo! Knees come back in, squeeze. Little rocks. Let's find the outside of those feet. Close the eyes, gentle rocks. Maybe straighten the legs. This time, see if you can find either the heels or an inner part of the foot and try to bring the toes a little closer to the floor. And then shift back to happy baby and then release the feet. All right, last one. Get ready, scoop up, hips up, squeeze. Drop the butt a little bit. Hands come back, push into the heel of the hand, crown of the head. Pause. Hands come behind the head, lace up the fingers. Now, the weight's in the elbows. I'm gonna push the head up. Maybe even look forward a little bit. Breathe. Let the head rest on the knuckles. Breathe. Now, if you want to send the chin to the chest, do so. Maybe play with straightening the legs. Again, we're all a little different here. You feel it in different spots. Try to work into straighter legs. And then let the head rest, walk the feet in. Bring the hands down, the head still on the floor, and drop the head. Now we squeeze the knees back in. Now fingertips by the hips. We're going to use the fingertips to lift the hips up. So this is going to be intense, kind of a counter stretch. We're going to start to roll the hips up, hands on the low back. Squeeze the butt. And then let's start to lower the toes and just switch. Now I'm lowering my left and switch. Feeling the back of the legs a little bit. Keep switching. Squeeze, switch, and switch. Oh, why is someone calling? Ugh. All right, both toes overhead. Maybe the elbows or hands around the knees. Straighten the legs and scoop out the belly as slowly as you can go. Keep the arms up by the ears, maybe lace up the fingers, lower the heels, hover, and then take it all the way back up. Stretch. Again, lower the hips. Nice and slow, arms to the ears, lower and hover. Chin to the chest, squeeze. Take it back up, all the way up. Exhale, lower those hips. Keep the core engaged. Chin to chest. Look forward, heels lower. Hover, don't let them touch the floor. Scoop it up. Breathe. Exhale, lower the hips. Chin to chest, arms laced up, hover. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Heels hover. Hold, chin to chest. Last one. Slowly lift. This time, let's grab the big toes. Separate the feet. Rock all the way up. Breathe. Let's do a couple more of these. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Feel a little massage on the spine. And lift. Keep it going. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And last one. Inhale all the way back. Exhale, lift. Pause. Let's let go of the feet. Think Navasana. Breathe. And then squeeze the knees into the chest. All right, grab your blocks. So if we have, don't worry what the blocks look like. They can be yoga blocks, handstand blocks, anything that you have. Grabbing those blocks, place them on the outside of the hips. All right, let's bring the feet in. Blocks behind the hips. Start to scoop the hips up, let the head fall back. Engage the core, start flexing the feet, butt back. Again, feet down, let's lift the hips. Exhale, flex those feet, look forward. Keep it going, lift, head back. Get ready, hips back, flex those feet. Lift up. Hips back, flex the feet. And up. All right, last one. You can play with lifting the legs, maybe one or both, whatever feels good for you. Maybe both, hips up. Oh, that's intense. And then fold in afterwards, nice length. Feel the back of the legs and the spine fold. All right, let's scoop all the way up. Bring the hands back, scoot the butt a little bit forward. Let's do a couple little butt lifts. So crossing the ankles, scoop up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Butt down, scoop the legs up. Let's take an Ardha Navasana. Lift up again, engage the core, plant the palms. Lift 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Butt down, Navasana, scoop and lower. And lift. Breathe, let's do 3 more. Push down, curl up, knees in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Butt down, Navasana, lower. And lift, scoop it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, sorry I rushed that. Now last one. So we're gonna float back. So whatever is easiest for you, push down, curl those toes back, and float it all the way back to the belly. We'll set the blocks aside for now. Hands back, left ear to the floor, get a little rest. Whew. Switch ears, right ear to the floor. Now inhale, start to lift, push the knuckles into the floor, shoulders lift, squeeze the legs, and then rest. Again, push the hips down, open the chest, legs lift, and then release. Again, shoulders back, push down, lift, and release, left ear to the floor. Now forehead down, lace them up, or the fingers. Open the shoulders again, squeeze the legs, and release. Keep the hands laced up. Again, push hips down, open the chest, squeeze, and release. Again, lift. This time bend the knees. Keep the chest lifting and then release. Again, scoop up, let the knees lift, chest lifts and release. Again, scoop it up, lift, knees off the floor. Let's take the hands all the way forward. Reach back, find the ankles and lift. And then rest. Let's go left ear and right ear. All right, forehead back down, scoop and lift. Let's rotate over to the left, looking up. And then take it back to the center, scoop and lift. Rotate to the right. Breathe. Hips are forward. Back to the center. Left. Shift. Back to the center. Scoop. And over to the right. Hips are forward. All the way back to the middle. Lift up as high as you can. And then let it go. Left ear, rest. Right ear. Forehead down, arms wide. We're gonna roll over the right shoulder, pull the left knee into the chest. Reach the left hand back, lace up the fingers. The left foot can go flat. Some of you can go both feet flat. Take it back. Opposite side, left ear to the floor. Roll over that left shoulder. Right foot goes flat. And some of you both feet flat. Lace up the fingers if you can. And then shift back. Shifting forward, start to shift up. Think baby cobra, hands by the bottom ribs, push down into the knuckles, the heel of the hand, lift up. And go ahead and bend one knee, head back, shift, opposite knee. Reaching the toe towards the head, switch. Let's go left, head back. One more time, and then left. All right, pause, shift all the way to upward facing, toenail side down, engage the thighs. And then scoop up, adjust the feet, adjust the hands, downward facing. Now suck the belly all the way up in towards the spine. Try to lift up high on the toes. And then release the heels. Let's pedal out the feet. I'm just switching back and forth. Now inhale, shift to plank, keep the core tight. Pull the belly in, lower to upward facing. Scoop it up and back. Adjust the feet. All right, shifting forward, adjust the hands, roll over the toes. Scooping it back. Spreading the fingers and toes. Shifting forward, belly engaged, roll over the toes. Pause here, look over the right shoulder. And the left. And take a little circle down and around. Switch sides. Scoop it up and back. Let's walk the feet in. So bring the feet towards the hands. Grabbing the elbows, let the spine lengthen. And fold. Really deep breaths. Rocking the weight side to side. Bend the knees a little bit. Release the fingers. Let's ragdoll all the way up. Extend arms up. Open the chest. Separate the feet. Reach back. Release the hands, lace up the fingers. Open the heart. And fold. Stretching the shoulders. Maybe switching, pedaling out the feet, one side then the other. And releasing the fingers, fold in, hands on the back of the neck. Give that neck a tiny bit of pressure. Go ahead and release the fingers, walk the hands all the way back out to downward facing. Any extra little stretches that you might need. Now we're getting ready to come to the top of the mat. So we're going to tiptoe all the way to the top. Belly is scooping. All the way to the top of the mat. Fold in. Inhale as you rise up. Hands into the heart. Close the eyes. Bring the feet together. Toes and heels touch. Release the hands by your side. Big inhale as you reach up. Open the heart, let's fold in. Working the nose towards the knee. Open the chest and plant the palms. Let's step the right foot back first, then the left. Belly tight. Chaturanga, elbows in. Upward facing. Open the heart. Scoop it back. Pull the belly up and back. Spread the fingers and toes. Look back between the feet. Now let's get ready to float up. So prep with the wall if you need the wall. Make sure the stance is a slight bit shorter than normal. Big inhale, start to lift the heels. Remember, it's our first one, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Bend the knees and float up. Option to add a little bit of a straddle in the jump. Okay, maybe it takes 2, 3, 4 jumps. It does not matter. Use the wall. Take your time. Let's hinge down. Maybe adding that little straddle helps. Folding in. And then scoop, rise up. Hands come into the heart. Shake out the wrists. Big inhale, arms reach. Open the heart, let's fold in. Rise to the fingers. Let's plant the palms, roll to the tippy toes, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and scoop it back. Spreading the fingers and toes. On the next inhale, get ready to float up. Heels start to lift. Make sure the hands are shoulder distance apart, not too wide. Bend the knees, float up. Squeeze everything. Bring the legs together if you can. Try pointing the toes, engaging the legs. And then hinge, that means butt back and legs come forward. Fold all the way in. Take your time stretching. Micro bend the knees and come up. Hands come into the heart. Slowly close the eyes. Steady the breath. Arms reach up. Open the chest and fold in. Rise to the fingers. Let's plant those palms, roll to the toes, lean forward, scoop out the belly. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Picking up the pace just a little bit. Heels lift, bend the knees, and float. Take your time, find some balance. Option to add a little straddle in. Shoulders really engage. Maybe the toes point, lock out the knees, squeeze, hinging down, folding in, scoop and rise up. Hands into the heart. Take a few breaths here. Arms start to reach up. Opening the chest, let's fold in. Rise to the fingers. Plant those palms, we'll push in towards the knuckles, roll to the tippy toes, look forward, scoop it back, or send it back. Chaturanga, upward facing. All the way back, downward facing, spreading those toes. Fingers spreading. Again, heels lift, bend the knees, and float. Take your time, add a straddle if you need it, scoop it up. Think about pinching the penny in the butt when you're upside down. And then start to hinge and float down. Folding in. Slowly rise up, reach. Hands come into the heart. Take a moment here. Make any adjustments. Arms reach. Open the heart and fold. Rise up. Get ready to plant those palms. Shifting forward. So yogi's choice here, if you want to add any toe taps, you can start tapping the toes to the wrists. If that's too much, you skip it. All right. If you're feeling the toe tap today, you want to scoop it out, you can shift shoulders to ears. One or both toes, try tapping the wrists, and take it to chaturanga. Some of you go all the way up. Scooping it back. Steady the breath. Breathe. All right, last one. Heels lift, bend the knees. Take your time, floating up, squeezing everything together. Make those legs work. And then slowly hinge down. Fold all the way in. Scoop and rise up. Let's separate the feet and fold in. Let's slide the hands underneath the feet, stretch the wrists. Toes to the wrist. Breathe. Get lots of stretch in this wrist. So press the big toes into the top of the wrists. Try to get those hands flat. Eventually the elbows kind of go wider. The chest can come towards the knees. And let's release the fingers, come into malasana and sink into a little squat position. Pause here, close the eyes. Let's take the left fingers in front of the knee, right hand reaching up. And switch. Switch again. Switching. Now left hand in front, right hand wrapping. Close the eyes or look up. Second side, reaching the left hand back, right hand wrapping. Either gaze up to the left or close the eyes. And then slowly release back to the center. Let's take it to the tailbone, scoop up Navasana, lower all the way down to Ardha. Exhale, lift, tap the toes for 1. Lower down, exhale 2, 3 more. Exhale, 3, 2, last one. Lift, bring the heels in, shift all the way forward. Try not to use the hands. Hands in between the knees. Shift onto the toes. Get a little balance act here. Reach up with the hands. And gently drop the knees. We're going to reach back, take a camel. Stretching the hips forward, shoulders forward, head back. 5 breaths. All right, shifting forward. Let's take a moment, sit down between the knees. Virasana, hands on the knees for a breath. Gently roll to the elbows. Bring the other hand back, head back. Either stay right here or take it all the way back. Start to feel the length in areas that haven't been hit, like for instance, the psoas. So that long muscle that runs from the stomach all the way down to the knees. All right, grab your wheel, make sure it's handy and close by. Now we're gonna shift back up. Now I'm placing the wheel behind the knee. Okay, now shift forward onto the knees. Place the wheel behind you. I'm gonna rock my weight onto my toes. So now I'm on the balls of the feet and I'm rolling the knees forward. And the head's going back. Reaching the arms over. Maybe grab the elbows. Now push the weight so the head goes forward to the floor, feet go down. Get ready for wheel. So hands come down. Prepare. Push up. Hips lift first. Then the arms. Work on the shoulders. 5 breaths. Shifting forward and back a little bit. Just 5 long breaths. If the wrists feel it, turn the wrist out or turn the fingers out. And then shift back to your wheel. All right, so I'm going to slide the wheel a little further down towards my bottom. Hold the wheel and bringing my legs up. Engage the core. Hold the legs in the air so the shoulders are on the floor. Bend the knees a little bit. Kind of pull them towards the nose. Maybe even lift them up. And now release the butt onto the wheel. Either hold the wheel or hold the floor. We're going to extend the legs over and let the feet come to the floor. Let the hands go. Bring them over into the front of the top of the mat. Sorry if I'm confusing you. Now we're going up again. All right, hands back. Push into your wheel. Scoop up. Stretch. Now walk your feet in a little bit. We're gonna lift the right leg. Breathe. Second side, left leg comes up. Try to look down between the hands. Release, second side. Right leg up. Release. You can actually do head forward and back. Second side. Left leg reaches. Forward and back. All right, come down onto your wheel again. If your hair gets in the way, I'm sorry, it's annoying. Let's go back with legs up. Shoulders on the ground, little rest. Scoop the hips up. Let's get a little rounding, stretching the back, maybe straighten the legs, and then roll back onto that wheel. Let's take the feet flat. All right, 3 times the charm. So we're going up. Again, take it nice and slow. Hands back, start to work your wheel. Push down and slowly come up. Now pushing into the shoulders, forward, straighten the legs, and back. Couple more. Push forward, straighten the legs, and back. Walk the hands in a little bit, forward, and back. Now right leg lifts, All the way up. Look up at your toes. And then through the opposite way. Release the foot. Second side. Left leg reaching up. Look up at your toe. And then look down. Release the leg. Come all the way down. Whew. If your wheel was there, great. If it ran away, it's okay too. Whew. Bring the legs up. And if the wheel, you lost the wheel, just come to your back. Now I'm going to roll up, take the wheel away, and then scoop and roll down onto the floor. Woo. Rest. Let's grab the toes, open it up. A little happy baby stretch for the sacrum. Now fingertips down, start to lift the hips. We're gonna grab the toes and rock the weight up. Oops, I'm too far forward. So let's do that again. Heel, grab the toes and rock the weight up and lift. One more. Inhale back. Rock it up. Woo. All right, bring the feet in. Let's plant the hands behind you. We're going to scoop up for modified Purvottanasana. Pause. Let's drop the butt. Shift. Straighten the legs. Grab the feet. Fold. All right. Now scoop the belly in. Scoot the butt forward. Bring the feet in. We're going to shift to the feet. Roll to the toes. Reach the hands up. Roll to the knees. Adjust. I'm going to scoop back so I'm in the picture frame. Reach back for the heels. Hips forward, camel again. 3 breaths. Shift up, sit down between the feet. Little counter stretch. All right. Roll back up. So I just want to check for a second. Oh, Denise, I didn't even know you were here. Hey. Okay. So now I'm giving you the option of going deeper. Okay, so if camel's enough, you stay in camel. If you're feeling a little bit more, all right, you can take it to Lagavajrasana. The other day, Denise, and I think it was you, we did the block. Leslie, you probably don't need this, you're so bendy. Maybe Beth, you want to try this with me? All right, so I'm going to shift up. I'm going to place my hands a little higher up the leg, and my head is going towards the blocks. All right, so the hips go forward, walking the hands in, lift the chest, and my head comes to the blocks. Hips forward and shift back up. Sit down between the knees. I love that one with the blocks. It feels so good. All right, let's go again. Shift up. All right, hands a little higher up the leg or in the same position, whatever. Hips forward. Big stretch. Reach, head back. Use the the block. And then shift up again. All the way up. Woo! Beautiful, Leslie. All right, so now I'm going to stay there, going to work Kapaltasana, but I'm going to keep the block there, okay? So the only thing that's different is instead of having the hands on the legs, I'm going to bring the hands to the heart, okay? You guys do what works best for you or follow my lead, all right? So shoulders go back, chest lift. And the head goes back. All right, you can bring the hands around. It's really nice to have those blocks. You can grab the elbows. And then it's a little bit challenging to shift off those blocks. So if you hate the blocks, don't use them. Okay? Everyone okay? Tell me when you're back up. Ooh, nice, Leslie. Let's do one more. So I'm gonna take one of my blocks away. I'm gonna go get a little riskier, okay? So I'm gonna lower with just one. So belly in, hands at the heart, shoulders roll back, lift. Hands back, hips forward. Maybe start to push into the hands a little bit. Maybe come down. You can also take the block away. Grab the elbows. Grab the heels. All right, and shift up. Woo! All right, I am feeling like I've done enough of that. I'm gonna take my block away, since I already have. Let's shift back onto the hands and the knees. Let's tuck the toes under, find a downward facing. Stretch out the low back, the legs, and pedal out those feet. Whew. Now let's take the right leg all the way up and back and open the hip. And release, second side. Let's take the left leg up, open the hip, bend the knee. And then release. Now scoop all the way forward. We're gonna roll over the toes back, upward facing. Scoop it back. Just really kind of lengthening everything. Legs in the back, one more, roll over. And back. All right, now let's take the right leg up. We're gonna flip the dog. So nice and slowly, flip it over. Now see if you can take the right hand back. Make sure you're breathing. Turn the fingers out to warm up those shoulders even more. Tighten up that wheel. Try to reach the chest to the front of the mat. Now turn the fingers towards the feet. Stretch even more. Try to straighten the legs. Now let's shift back all the way. Woo! I don't know why it's always hard on one side for me. All right, so now we're pulling the right leg up. Pull that knee up, little core control. Let's plant the right palm, square it off, pull the knee to the nose, send it up again, knee into the nose again, round, send it up. Let's step that foot forward. Bring the back knee down. Let's take a few breaths, stretching this left hip flexor, giving it some love. Catch your breath, maybe bring the elbow all the way down. Reach the right hand back. Some of you can grab the foot.
Now if Camille,
All right, let's release the foot. Pause, lift the chest. Walk that foot forward a little bit, pull the belly in. Start to reach the left arm over. Let's stretch and switch sides. Right arm over. Left arm. Right arm. Now slowly use the block. So let's do a little half Hanuman. Straighten into that front leg. Find your blocks. I'm getting our back super warmed up, so bend the knees. Bring the blocks with you. Melt into that left hip flexor. Maybe bend the back leg. Okay, if this is enough, stay here. If you want to go a little further, you can take the blocks and lower it a level. You can lower the blocks. So keep a micro bend in both knees. So front knee has a micro bend. Back knee, start to bend that one. All right, and then straighten the leg. Shift forward, tuck the toes, pull the belly in. Let's fold over that front leg for a moment. Little stretch over the front leg. All right, now square it off. Let's send that right leg up and back again. And just release the foot. Now let's go left leg up. Stretch it. Open the hip, get ready to flip the dog. So flip it over, left leg reaches, left arm reaches, reach it over. Slide the left foot back. Open the shoulders, reach it back. Nice big stretch, rock forward and back. Now shift back, all the way forward, pull that left leg up, breathe, step the foot forward, bring the back knee down, take a moment, rest. Bring both elbows to the inside, stretching the right hip flexor, opening the chest. Maybe reach the left hand back. Find that foot. Breathe, close the eyes, or look over the left shoulder. Then slowly release. Start to shift the weight. Let's straighten that left leg for a few breaths. So sit back, tuck the right toes under, grab your blocks. Let's shift forward and back, forward and back, forward, back. All right, stay forward. Let's reach the right hand up. We're working on the shoulders and the hip flexor. And switch. You can take the blocks lower if you would like. Keep reaching. Reach that shoulder back. Maybe bend the back leg. Now we're working on bending the front and the back leg. So front knee slightly bent. Back knee slightly bent. Work on engaging that hip flexor, kicking the butt, reaching the chest up. All right, and then slowly shift. Let's straighten into that front leg. Straighten the back, step forward, fold in. Square off the hips. And then send that left leg up and back. Release the left leg. Pause. Now look forward. We're gonna float up, all the way up. So spread the fingers, lift the heels, bend the knees. Try to float up. 2-foot takeoff to the top, use the wall. And shift down. Rise up to standing. Hands into the heart. All right. Whew. Now come down to a squat. Take 3 breaths here. Close the eyes. No. All right. Take it to the booty. Straighten the legs. Now we're moving in for the last section. We're getting ready to start Tik Toking. So we're coming to the back. Now, Leslie, Beth, take your blocks and we're gonna make a little stack on our blocks, okay? Tell me if that makes sense, if you can see me. So I'm going to lift again onto the crown of the head with my little stack there, scooping the butt up. All right, hands come back, I'm rolling to the crown of the head. Now I'm bringing my hands back. All right, pausing. Now I'm gonna walk my feet onto that little stack. Both feet can come up onto the stack. And you might be like, you know what, I'm too far away from my stack. So you can adjust. You can walk in. I'm gonna walk in a little bit because I realized I was too far from my handy dandy stack. Now lift the chest up. So let's get the head off the ground. Look back to the chest and then look forward. A couple of those. All right. Now feet can come on those blocks. Lift. Take one leg up. Start to look forward towards your hands. Push. See if you can start to kick over. All the way over. Pause on those elbows. All right, slowly. We're going back up. So look forward, lift the leg, bring it over. Reach for that block. You can take chin to chest. Find the block. And if you missed the block and found the floor, it's even greater. If you're like, you know what? I need a bigger surface. We will fix that. So hands come down, come all the way down. Okay. And scoop the butt up. Okay? Now, you might have to scoot a little closer to the blocks. You have to go a lot closer than you think. Now get ready to bring the hands back. We're gonna push onto the crown of the head. Now back, you also don't have to have the feet on right away. So, oops, sorry for pressing up. We're gonna do forearm one more time, okay? So if you need to walk in, push up, shift legs, try both, kick up and over. And back. And I noticed that my blocks are way too far away. Haha. So again, adjust. And then if you're ready to go no blocks, switch with no blocks. All right? Like Leslie is. And make sure you do both sides. So, and also too, work on the going over part. If you need the wall, use the wall. All right? It's hard to take the camera and change it. It's the problem that I have. So, for the going over part, you definitely have to be pretty close to your blocks. All right, so I'm going to be really close because you have to really have a tight kind of a tight little wheel. That beautiful, Leslie. All right, come down, shift, lift. And then when the foot touches, try to bring the head through, chin to chest. It will help the landing a lot. I'm going to scoop up. Hands back, butt down. Come to the crown of the head. Lace up the hands. Try to look forward. Bring the feet. I'm always so close, too far from my blocks.
Way too far.
Push the chest out, bend, and straighten. Definitely, Leslie, you have to come really close. All right, so you guys come really close to your feet for the 2 foot. Feet go up on those blocks. Now look through to your hands, think scorpion. All right, look forward, bend, and kick up. And then shift down. So the key, when you kick over, you do want to look forward, think scorpions, look towards your hands. All right, and then butt up, bend those knees, keep looking forward, shift, make sure you're looking forward, bend those knees, and then when you get ready to drop, you can look back. So for the drop over, look back. Why is the hair always in the way? Ugh. All right, and having the hands flat helps a lot. So walk the toes in, almost bring the toes to your fingers, look forward, bend the knees, shift, bend, little jump.
Nice.
Okay, blocks. Shift up, walk the hands in, give the shoulders a little stretch, step onto your blocks. The wheel's a little easier to move around. All right, now bring one leg up, maybe switch, just for the practice, to figure out where you need to be. I know for me, I'm still too far. So I'm gonna walk back towards my block. You wanna be really close. Step on it. Bring the leg up. Look forward, push into the fingers, and shift down. Same leg, we're gonna do the same leg back over. Shift up, kick up, oops, sorry, kick up, think, double stag, scorpion, look forward. Hold that shape, and then let that toe start to reach. Breathe. Bring the foot down, either rest or switch sides. Both feet on. Now opposite leg. The one that's challenging. Push up, look at your fingers, and push up that block. All right, we're doing the hard leg now. Breathe, bend, float. Remember, when you go up and over, imagine you're doing a scorpion or a deep, deep double stag. Chest open, bend, kick, Oops, I'm trying to find my balance. Double stag the legs, keep looking forward. Think scorpion. And land. And come down. Okay, so I'm coming up. Lift, tighten up the wheel. Now bring the feet up. You're gonna be about here. And I want you to bend. You ready? And push. Okay?
Okay.
Then you're gonna straighten, bend, and go about there. Bend, and push. And get used to doing that. Bend, and go about there. Push. Look forward, scoop the belly, kick, look forward, let the legs come over, and then land on the couch. Walk the feet back to the very edge of the couch. Look through, bend, and kick off. Push. They get easier after the first one.
On the floor.
Yeah. Definitely harder. Squeeze the knees to the chest, take a little twist to the right. And the left. Let's take a little happy baby again. Stretching out the spine, the sacrum. Extend the legs. Fingers on the floor by the hips. We're going to scoop the hips up. Take the knees towards the ears. A little stretch, extend the legs, and then slowly lower. Let's bring the feet together, knees apart. Close the eyes and rest.